Hey folks, it's Ben. Okay, it's definitely lawn mowing season. Got the yard all picked up, got all the scraps of wood and stuff picked up. Now time to start the tractor. So I was going to put the charger on it first, but it's like, well, why don't I just start from the beginning? So it's been parked all winter. It is full of gas, it is full of treated gas, and it did top off the tank about a week ago with some seafoam really enriched gas. But ultimately what we need to do, I'm willing to bet, is put some battery or charger in the battery. Charge in the battery, there we go. So there's a seat, battery lives here. I'll check the liquid here, because it's a non-maintenance battery. But I'll get a screwdriver, be right back. Okay, so I was going to film showing in the holes here, and I have a little pry device that I pried the caps off, but then I needed a flashlight to look into there, and that's what my phone is, so long story short, I didn't film it. But what I did find is that they were all dry, and there are lead plates in here, and they need to be covered up with liquid, because between water and sulfuric acid, I believe, is your chemical reaction to get your power. Long story short, you need them all wet. So I took a bottle of water, and I drilled a little hole in it, and that makes putting water in each one very easy. Be sure to wear eye protection since we are dealing with acids here. These are vented caps, so why was it low on liquid? Lots of reasons, overcharging and or old batteries or what have you. But check the battery, and sure enough, yep, it did need liquid, so that's a good thing to check for. Next I'm going to throw the charger on this one while I continue working on my mower. Alright, so I have my leads plugged into my battery now. I don't actually know if it needs charging, but I'm going to throw some on it anyway, just as good measure while I'm working on the tractor, just in case it does. Here's my Moto Master battery charger. Currently I have it selected for 12 volts, have it for charging. I'm going to kick it to, I don't need to start, so 2 amps is fine. And it's a conventional or low maintenance battery, not a maintenance for your deep cycle battery. And so once it's all connected, there's no on or off switch with these, so you just plug them in. So here's my plug-in, which you don't get to watch because between that and holding it. Okay, and so what you're looking for here is A, lights. So red says it's charging, awesome. And B, my amp meter there, which is wiggly. Pretty much indicates how well your batteries are connected, or how well your connection is to your battery. It says that this battery is taking approximately 5 amps of power, or less. If it wiggles like that, it's often the connection that's boring, not the... A little bit. So she's good to go for that. And let's move on to the next thing. Let's check the oil. Oil is really easy to check. Oil fill tube. I'm going to wipe it. It seems oil always, it's dirty. Oil always creeps up the sticks, especially when they're parked over the season, so give a nice wipe down. It's the best I can do with one hand. Screw it all the way down. Bring it back up. Survey says it's full. It's a little dirty, but good enough for what we're doing. I used to be a real big guy on oil changes and things like that. Now that I'm older, I'm less so. So I change them mid-season, and that seems to be just fine for them. These engines are pretty tough, and as long as it's not too black or charbroiled, it's pretty good. Like I said, the gas is probably fine. I just topped it off here, so as long as it's not empty, and it is not, we're good to go there. I'm not going to worry about the air filter. If it starts, and it's probably fine. It was good last year. So really, I guess the next thing we got to do is charge it. And since we've been doing that, the green light kicked on our charger, saying it's charged, so we might actually get this thing started. Getting a little ahead of myself on the startup. Other things we have to check for. Air pressure in the tires. These tires take about 15 psi. Most of my car units don't actually go that low. But as long as it moves the gauge, and like this reads 10, it's probably 12 pounds, that's a lot, so it's plenty of air. Like I said, I don't know if I said this or not, it's 14 pounds in this, and then the rears are probably the same. They're turf tires, right? They're supposed to be soft and not crush anything. Let's see, inflate 2, something really grass stained. I think one of these had a slow leak, but I don't think so. But bear with me here for a sec. don't overinflate too. Yeah, okay, that's cute. But I'm going to guess about 15 pounds as well. Oh, inflate to 10 psi. So these are actually less. Those are 14, they're smaller. These are bigger, so they're 10 psi. So if they make my gauge move, that's pretty much it. You can get low pressure air gauges, obviously, but in this case, you need to get that good seal. This has more air than it needs. It's about 20 pounds. 10, 2, 4, 16. That's fine. 16 pounds isn't going to kill anybody. But you want to make sure they're consistent because that'll affect your mowing height, right? If you got half your tires flat and half your tires full of air, that will tilt you over a little bit. So once the tire pressure's checked, next is the deck. Of course, I mentioned a segment about the deck and then I don't actually shoot it. What you're looking for on the deck is a couple things. Number one, you're making sure the deck belt is there and it's going to be approximately tight, that there's not too much lawn grass clippings amongst the bearing area. You make sure your blades are on nice and tight. You also want to make sure that they are sharp. So if they're pretty sharp, there's no massive amounts of grass clippings underneath your deck, your belt seems to be in good condition, all your little bolts and brackets seem to be okay, you're probably good to go on that as well. We were here for sure. Did take the blades off and sharpen them, but that'll be another video for tomorrow, which maybe if I'm smart enough I can link to now. But I want to make sure that I mentioned there's a little bit of deck care to go into your tractor. Okay, so everything's set. Permissives, deck's got to be up, foot's got to be on the brake, deck's got to be off, things in neutral, full throttle for choke, lights on, ignition on, let's see. Uh-oh. It says no. Not enough power. Now we'll boost it. Alright, so we take my son off the tractor because he desperately wants to get on it. We're in boost mode now, so we've kicked it up to starting mode, 15 amps. Let's do this. Permissives of neutral, brake on, deck off, it's all good. I like to open the hood, that lets me see the engine spin, if it is going to. Got to turn the choke on, that always helps. The charger, unplug it first, then you can disconnect it. There you go. This thing needs a bath really bad. Holy crap. First season start.